Hey guys, I want to make a video today about my opinions around the village projects and monuments. So if you don't know, village projects and monuments can be crafted here at the blacksmith. At the bottom, there's these cooking pots, there's these big fruit, and then there's the monuments. So what the cooking pots do is, depending on which one you buy, the first one, when completed, will give you the bronze food box. The second one will give you the silver food box, and the third one will give you the gold food box. For the big fruit, when they're completed, you can sell them for love charms. So the first one will give you 200 love charms, the second will give you 400 love charms, and the third will give you 600 love charms. For the cooking pots and the big fruit, when they're completed, if you want another one, you're going to have to rebuy them. So like this 300 gems that you spend on the big banana, once you get the 1,000 cheers to complete it and you sell it for love charms, you'll need to buy it again for another 300 gems if you want to have it completed again. For the monuments though, on the other hand, when they're completed, they're just on your farm forever. They give you a permanent boost, and what the boost is that they boost the amount of love charms you get when you sell these big fruit. So the first monument gives you 1% increase, the second gives you 3%, and the third gives you 6%. There's also a monument that you get in Stella's shop. It gives you a 10% boost to love charms when selling those big fruit. Now for my opinion on these items. So my current opinion, based on all the current information we have, is that the only good one to make is the advanced cooking pot. And that is because if you come here to SFL World, you scroll to the bottom to the chest section, you can see the expected value from each of the food boxes. You can see here that the gold food box is roughly 10 times the amount of experience that you get from the silver food box, but the advanced cooking pot, the third one, is only twice the price of the expert cooking pot. In my opinion, it should be about 10 times the price. And then also, in my opinion, the basic and cooking pot should be about half of their current price. So the basic cooking pot should be 5 gems, in my opinion. The expert cooking pot should be 25 gems. And then this should be 10 times the expert, so it should be about 250 gems. But in my opinion, the advanced cooking pot is actually undervalued, whereas the other two are overvalued. As far as the big fruit are concerned, I have a spreadsheet here. I showed this in another video too. I use the gem prices of the cheapest way you can get gems, which is the whale pack. So if you're buying one of the cheaper gem packs, this is even worse. So all the big fruit here have the same love charm to gem ratio, which is 2-to-1. So we can use any of them as an example. Based on the current price, 100 gems is 45 cents, like I said, using the whale pack, and 200 love charms is worth about 35 cents. Because it's 50 love charms for 1 flower, so 4 flower times the current price of flower, 35 cents. That means you'll lose 10 cents when you complete the first big fruit. And like I said, the monuments, what they do is they boost the amount of love charms that you get when you finish these big fruit. So if you complete these first 3 monuments, is going to take a very long time, plus you complete the chapter monument, which gives you an additional 10%, that will be 20% total. And even if you get 20% more love charms, you'll still be losing money, because you'll still be losing almost 7.3% value on these big fruit. So at that point, the only benefit of these big fruit are to give people things to cheer. Like if you value the cheers that much, then you can make all these items just so people have things to cheer, because I'm pretty sure when people cheer your things, they can only cheer each one once per day. So if you only have like one monument or one of these village projects, then they can only cheer you once. Well, they could cheer your farm directly, plus they could cheer one of these. So like there is some value if you care about that. But for the average person who's not going to be getting that many cheers per day, then there isn't really that much value to making these. You'll actually be losing money on these big fruit. And in my opinion, the first 2 cooking pots aren't really worth it based on the current price. The third one, like I said, is very good, and everyone should be making this one and trying to get cheers on that. The monuments could be good in the future if there's more and more chapter monuments. So like if next chapter we get another 10%, the chapter after that we get another 10%, and then it keeps building up. Then over time, these monuments can be good, and then the big fruit can also be good. But currently, based on the current items we have, in my opinion, the only good village project is the advanced cooking pot. Like I said, the monuments could be like a long-term play if you want to build them and put them down. It's not like you have to keep rebuilding them. You can get them ready for the future, and maybe eventually it will have been worth it to make them. But currently, the big fruit are not worth it. The monuments are not worth it. The first 2 cooking pots, in my opinion, are not worth it. The only good value village project is the advanced cooking pot. That's basically it for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and have a good day. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. It would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Have a good day, guys. And I also want to say thank you to all the members of the channel. The current members of the channel are Raichu, Thedra, Deucefold, and New Augustine. Thank you very much for your support.